Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. I've already drank quite a bit of this down this morning. That's sort of cheating, isn't it? Yeah, I guess while I was sitting here trying to decide what I'm going to do and put away my paint and stuff like that was all over the place, I was sipping coffee. Yeah. Okay, now, when I first got up this morning, I kind of looked outside and I thought, oh, it's a cloudy day. Then I noticed I could see the sun if I looked in the right direction, and it was sort of a very faint brown ball in the sky. Yeah, we got a lot of smoke here. Got a comment from, when I was reading my comments later, I think it was somebody down in Illinois was saying they got a lot of our smoke down there. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, that's about it for the weather. We're not supposed to have any rain today, so all being well, I'll be able to get out for a quick scoot. And I did yesterday. Yeah, I think I told you about that. Yeah, I got out in the morning, early. Just before I left to go to the hospital. And for those of you who wished me well and hoped everything would go okay, yeah, thanks. I think everything went okay. It was, I think about maybe the hardest part was having to sit there for a little over 3 hours after they gave me the injection of the department I was in, it was called nuclear medicine. that was the department. So I think it was probably some sort of radioactive type stuff, and I was wondering last night if I was going to maybe glow in the dark or something, but I didn't notice anything. And so then they went in. I went into this machine. It was kind of like a CAT scan or an MRI machine, except that it had it was a camera, and it was taking pictures of the inside of me all the way around. And I had to lay there on this machine for about 20 minutes, I guess, altogether. Wasn't that bad. But the hardest part was the 3 hours of just sitting there. And I was glad I took my parka. Yes, it was cold in there, and I wasn't the only one who noticed it was cold. I could tell other people were mumbling about it as well. So, and I felt sorry for one guy. He was sitting there and he had short sleeves, short pants. It was like he'd walked in from the outside where it was warm, and then he comes into this cold waiting room. I felt bad for him, but he lived. Well, at least he wouldn't freeze. He'd just be cold. Anyway, glad I took my parka. I actually had my hood up and all tucked in nice and warm. Okay, enough about that. Well, what do we got here? You know, they say that one of the things that makes things pleasant in life is if you have something to look forward to. Well, and I do actually. We are almost done step 20 here. I think one of the last things we had to do, if you remember, was make the boat, and we did. We basically made the boat. So we have step 21 now to look forward to, which is more boats, which we have basically made. Okay. However, we were going to drill out the portholes so that they just sort of stand out a little bit better. And I don't want to drill them too big. I was going to use one of these ordinary standard drill bits, but because half of them are so dull, they would be more or less burning their way through the plastic rather than cutting their way through. So I think I may be better off using one of these really sharp ones. Yeah, I think one of the larger ones. I forget what size they go up to, but I think probably I'm just sort of eyeballing it here. I think this largest one is too big, but maybe this one I could just sort of test it out and see how it looks. I think that's the next step. Just sort of get at it here, and then we will have completed step 20. So we might be flipping the page before the end of the day here if I stop talking. Yeah. Oh yeah, forgot Missy the dog. There we go. We're ready for you, Missy. Yesterday I ordered more dog treats. They should be here today. I'm almost out of those little dog bone things that I've been giving her lately. So, oh, I must be desperate for something to talk about here. Let's recompose and drill out our portholes.
Nathan and Janelle are going up to Dauphin to camp for 3 or 4 days, and it is so smoky. 159 parts per million, so I don't envy it.
Yeah, I was talking.
Rainey has to race back and forth to their place to take care of Nathan's dog. And Missy is mad as hell. She's just being friendly, but she bumped the kitten's ribs with her nose, and it must have hurt the kitten, and the kitten just went with her claw and it grazed Missy's nose, and she jumped back 3 feet and just barked. She was mad, but...
Do you have a bandage on your nose now, do you, Missy?
Learning's taking place,
Okay.
The kitten has to stay away from Missy's nose, and Missy needs to stay away from the kitten's claws. But Sunday we're getting one of these 4-level kennels.
From Amazon?
Yeah.
I was looking at those on Amazon last night. I was thinking if I got a cat, I could keep it in the kennel. But
that's right, and the cat would be happy, especially if it was by a window.
Yes, and it'd be like a big bird cage. Yet on the other hand, I was also looking into declawing. What is your opinion about declawing a cat?
Well, you're concerned about the small pieces of your puzzle.
Well, that's
right?
true, yeah.
And if she doesn't have claws, she's still got 4 paws, and it's going to be pat. The kid knocked the pen off the table, and for 10 minutes she was having such a good time swatting it, spinning it, jumping over it, attacking it. Yeah, and your model table would be such an attraction. It was like a cat's playground.
Yeah, it would be, yeah.
Until the big kennel comes.
When's it coming?
Sunday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I saw it on Amazon. You were mentioning it was 4 feet high? There was one there that was 4 feet high.
Yeah.
Missy, you're getting lots of...
52 inches. We're getting the one that you can get immediately. There was 4 of them, but you'd have to wait till the middle of August.
Oh, yeah.
So we got the one that's 2-day delivery.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Have a beautiful ride today. Do you know where you're going?
No, I don't actually. I got the bike out, but I don't know where I'm going.
Well, I say goodbye to you in case you hit the road and never come back.
Well, it's possible.
Yep.
The way I've been driving lately,
Yep.
the hooligan in me is coming out.
If you go a long way and come back, bring a cat with you. And a small helmet.
Bye, Missy.
She'll be able to hold on to that leather, Satan's Angels jacket you got. Little claws and not fall off. You gotta get permission to go out.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm gonna go. It's quite often like that. Even when I'm headed down the driveway. I don't know which direction I'm gonna go until the bike leans that way. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, we were getting ourselves all set up here to drill, and then all of a sudden Missy's coming in the door. Now, probably about 10 minutes earlier, I was taking my bike out of the box, and I thought I heard Max's voice, but when I backed the bike out, I didn't see him around, so I thought, oh, he must have just stepped out for something and went back in the house. I didn't realize that he had taken off down the street with Missy. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. Okay, what I've got going on here is the bit that came out of here. I think that's going to be about the right size, just eyeballing it. You know, when I squeeze the trigger on this, it squeezes fairly easy, but it is hard to, well, not real hard, but you have to be careful when you are squeezing it that you're not moving the end of the bit. And I remember, years and years ago, I forget what it was that I rigged up a foot switch on so that I could hold the whatever really, really steady, and then start the motor with the foot switch, and that way I didn't have any movement on the end of my tool. It might have been, I'm not sure what it was. Maybe it was that original paint stirrer that I have that's similar to the one that I'm using now. That homemade one with a nail on the end of an electric motor shaft. Yeah, that one. I've got a scroll saw down in my workshop, and that's how I activate. That's how I stop and start that. It's got a foot switch like a sewing machine, that sort of thing, and it works really, really well. Some of the blades that I have with that scroll saw are very, very, very small, very narrow kerf. Not this narrow, but fairly narrow. Maybe I should move you in a little bit here so you can see better. Okay. Once again, not this narrow, but very narrow. Okay, yeah, you got to be really careful with these, not to be squeezing too hard when you're handling them. Okay, let's get ourselves recomposed here a little bit and drill these out. And I don't think this one's too big. Yeah. Okay, maybe we'll put on the macro lens. Okay, some of these portholes, they're already pretty much clear, like this first one. And then you get a bunch of them that are completely closed over. Now, maybe just turn this upside down here, and then I can hold on to it a little differently. I don't think it matters if I drill them upside down or not. Alright, now if we just get the burrs off of there with something, I think that's pretty good. Let's just do the other side as long as we got the record pressed here. For this side, we'll turn them upside down again. Okay, maybe we can just use our toothbrush here to get rid of the burrs. Okay. Yeah, I think that's okay. I'm going to do the other, how many? 5 the same way. Okay. Now this is the one that we need to complete step number 20. And this is the first time I'm trying to put them together since we painted them. Are we going to have a problem? Or is it going to sort of snap into place here? Now remember, we don't want to be pressing down too hard and break the detail off the bottom here. Maybe if I squeeze it like this, it'll be a little bit better. I might have to do this off camera. Now, how can I put some force down on that without breaking the rudder off? Okay, the bow section seems to go in pretty good. Yeah, it's just the stern here has got a little bit of upturn to it, doesn't it? Okay. What is the problem there? Is it paint built up in the stern, or is it just a case of I just have to squeeze a little harder? I'm just going to take it off camera so I can get at it just a little bit better here. Okay, I had it a minute ago, then I pulled it out. I think that if I was to get a little bit of extra thin in along the edge here, yeah, then I think it'll probably go. I don't want to get too much. Otherwise, what's going to happen is it's going to have a tendency to, you know, I don't want to put the extra thin in now because the deck tan will bleed into the white. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I think extra thin is the one to go here. And if I put it all the way around very carefully, where's my extra thin? Are we still in focus here? Yeah, more or less. Okay, I got that lined up, ready to go. Now, being is that looks like a little hair or something on it there. Just moisten it all the way around. I think that's going to make it so it's going to want to go. Now, I don't have all day here, as I often say. I don't mind if it runs down into the bottom of the hull, because that'll just dry and we'll never see it anyway. Okay, let's see how this is going to go now, so I can pick it up. Maybe if we put the stern section in first. Oh, it's kind of bleeding a little bit, isn't it? Oh, I put too much on. Story of my life. Well, can I get that off maybe with a Q-tip? Just let me, where is one? Well, okay, I'm just going to take it off camera and squeeze it together just a little bit better. Okay. Well, folks, as I often say, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. I'll try and do the other 5 a little bit better, but I'm going to do them off camera and get them done. Okay, they are done. Yep, they are done. About as done as I can get. Now, I know that I probably could uh, have attempted to put those little photo etch pieces on there. You remember I concluded that if we drilled out the holes, you could drop the pegs down into the holes, and it kind of worked. But I'm not going to go to all that messing around because I don't think it'd. I think I'd probably mess is the word. Yeah, mess is the word. Okay, now, do you remember about a week ago we sent Nigel's boats to Patrick down in the United States? I just checked the tracking here this morning, and they have been released by the U.S. Customs, and they're on their way, and they're probably going to be there according the 6th of August. By the way, it's August the 1st already. Where is the summer going? Okay. Yeah. Just thought somebody might be interested to know how Nigel's boats are moving along, and they're moving. They've been released by the customs, so that means that there was nothing dangerous found. So Nigel, you don't need to worry about the bobbies knocking on your door and saying, "Hey, what was that stuff that you made those boats out of? It's prohibited worldwide." Yeah, we live in a pretty regulated world in a way. In some ways that's good, in some ways it's kind of a nuisance. Okay, yeah, let's just, what are we going to do here? Well, I think what we can do here is we can turn the page. We are done step 20. Now, if I have missed something, and somebody notices that I missed it, please in the comments below let me know. But as far as I can tell, we're on step 21. Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, a lot of it is done already. Yeah. And a lot of it isn't. Okay. Probably about half an hour ago I checked Google and I said, when is the sun highest in Winnipeg today? And Google informed me that at 1:34 this afternoon, the sun is at its highest in the sky. Now that would mean that now that's because of daylight savings time. It would probably, normal time it would be 12:34, which is, actually it should be 12 noon, right? But it doesn't work that way, I know. Okay, yeah, so the sun's going to be at that point. That means it's going to have less smoke to try and get its way through to. Anyway, I'm going to go out for a quick scoot. That's what I'm trying to say. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow in step 21.